You got to do the pre-planning before you do the actual planning. In this, my third installment of how I plan, I'm going to show you how I take my monthly plan and my brain dump and I get all prepared to move into the week ahead. I know this seems like, oh my God, so many fucking steps, but it really goes super smoothly once you get the hang of kind of doing it this way. So there are two kind of facets to how I pre-plan. The practical side and the pretty side. The things you need for the practical side of pre-planning are pretty simple. Your monthly layout, your previous week's spread, a notepad, and a pen. You take your notepad, you take your pen, and then you write each day of the week. So I do like Monday, leave a few lines, Tuesday, leave a few lines, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on the back I do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I will go into my monthly layout and I will grab all of the appointments, all of the games, the things that are set in stone, and I will list them underneath each day so that I know on each day these things need to go on there. I'll also go into my phone and I'll check the weather, but I'll only check it for Monday through Thursday. The reason I put my weather in the planner is because I know it's California, but I want to know if it's going to be balls hot. I want to know if it might actually rain so that I know how to prepare my kids and I know how to prepare myself if I'm leaving the house. So I'll put the weather, like if it's going to be cloudy, whatever, and the temperatures, the highs and the lows on those 4 days. I check the rest of the week, midweek, when I finish planning as I go, and I'll show that in a later video. Once I have my previous week's appointments on that piece of paper, then I will go to my running to-do list that I have going in any given week, and I will check to see the things that haven't gotten taken care of yet. Often there's something that I keep moving from week to week because I just don't want to do it. You may see that if you look at my planner spread, that there's something that just continues. That's because I'm a procrastinator, even with all the money I spend on fucking planning supplies. So I'll take that list, I'll put anything on that list that needs to go on the next week onto the same piece of paper, and then I'll go to my brain dump and I'll check to see if there's anything on there that needs to go onto the to-do list for the next week. Once I have all of this, I know basically the structure, the things that have to go into my planner for the next week. All the rest of the empty space will get filled in as I go. Again, I'll talk about that in a later video. But this is the framework. So that is the practical side of how I pre-plan. The second facet of how I pre-plan is the pretty facet. It's how I decide the color scheme, the theme of my layout. Now, I don't do super themed layouts. I will pick color schemes based on whatever strikes my fancy for the week. And that takes a couple of different forms. It'll start by me looking at the actual week itself. The colors, like in the Inkwell Press April, it's this, like, the color scheme is like orangey, kind of yellowy. I need to decide what it is that I'm going to use for my planner scheme for the week. This often includes me hunting through every sticker I own to figure out what it is I want to do. I actually had an idea going into this week what it is I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about using the Station Stickers Club for April. It's purple and green and really pretty. And there's like a kind of a soft, kind of beigey color in it that I feel like could kind of suit the yellow. But chances are I'm not going to show a lot of the yellow. So I think I'm going to run with this purpley green kind of color scheme for the week. But in order for me to do that in this planner, I need to cover up these bottom boxes. And so I could do that with just a little washi tape, cover up some of them like I did this week, but I want to cover the whole boxes up. And sometimes I have skeletons from Chrissy-Ann Designs, but that's not what I think I'm going to do this week. I went digging through my archive of scrapbook paper, and ironically, I've never was a scrapbooker, but I have accumulated a whole bunch for some reason. And I found, to match these, I found this pad that I've had for a while. I don't even remember where I got it, but these colors are so pretty. So I think I'm going to go with, let's see, maybe this set? I don't know. That's a little more yellow. You got to remember, sometimes I like to write on top of it, so I do kind of need to be a little careful. maybe even just the top of this watercolor. I'm going to wind up using one of these papers this week out of here for the bottom. So that will take care of that. And what I do is I cut it to size. I measure it, I cut it to size of the bottom boxes, and then I cut it with a paper trimmer and put a roller, adhesive roller, and that's how I cover the bottom. And then the last things I need to grab for my pretty pre-planning would be some matching washi tape to kind of go with these. And I grabbed these ones. They're the words from Michaels and these polka dots from Michaels that match, and then a couple of rolls of the skinny foil washi tape from Night Owl Washi, this pink and purple, because the foil on here is pink. I may not use all of them, but I feel like they kind of go with the color scheme, so I'll keep them set aside for when I want to start planning. It's nice to have some stuff that matches already at hand. And then I do some stamping with Studio LTW and Tiny Stamps Big Plan stamps in my planner, so I grabbed a few coordinating ink pads. Rock Moss, Vintage Pink, and Hydrangea from the Prima chalk edgers. And again, they kind of coordinate with the stickers. So now that I have the stickers, the washi tape, the scrapbook paper, then I know that I'm going to kind of run with my layout for those colors. I can get ready to get started. There you have it. That's how I pre-plan my week. I get a list going with everything that I know needs to go in my planner for the week, and then I get my color scheme and all of the bits that I need to really kind of tie it together so it's all at hand. And that's really how I set myself up. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be wrapping this series up with my weekly plan video and how I plan as I go. Those will be coming in the next couple of days. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.